on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis.
Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. Bit of a haymaker right after the starting bell, Charles. One play on the ground, and you're already on the other side of the 50.
I like how you went boxing there. Essentially went from the weigh-in to walking into the ring, being introduced, and firing away. Big shot early.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, it's Pollard. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That is caught. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, 37 yards. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
And he'll go down the number before getting this inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Cousins throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark, and the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Marcus Davenport from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Here's Powell on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They'll run this with Akers. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here comes 3rd down and 7. To throw is Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 4th down. Cousins. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And he's trying to get as much as he can. And boy, a lot's going to depend on the spot. But they're going to give it to him. He needed 5. He didn't get much more than that. But it's enough and a 1st down. Now Cousins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again, it's Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. Throwing, Cousins. That's out to the flat for Akers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Cousins to throw it. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. He has his target. It's Addison. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Would it be safe to say that as precise precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Cousins. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Once more, it's the fullback hand. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Trying the power game with Ham. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Chandler, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And this play is not going to work. He stopped short of the goal line, and this will remain a 7-6 ball game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. On the return, this is Turpin. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings will take over possession here up at the 44. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now from the 50.
Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down now, but the clock continues to move. To throw, Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Cousins now.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Now a 2nd and 6.
To throw is Prescott. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Final play of the half, Prescott.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Caleb Evans. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Going right back to Akers. Brought down at the 20. From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Akers.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Play action now. Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Akers will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Cam Akers
Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Kevin O'Connell choosing to leave his guys out there. They'll go for 2.
Cousins will try and throw. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Steps away. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. 9 yards the pick up there, and it's a 1st down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Prescott. Comes out on the hit, but they're saying it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in hours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things. hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
That's such a close game, a very big one. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Throwing. Prescott. Flushed out right. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play?
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Pollard will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Aubrey now for the point after. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They'll give this to Akers running right. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll go down at the 28. Here's 1st down. Now a handoff to Chandler. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
The give to the fullback on the dive. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Still more than a minute to go. Plenty of time. Here's 2nd down for him.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
It's Cousins on the sneak.
And he's taken down, and that'll get a little bit closer. Every yard at this point will help your field goal kicker out.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now.
Joseph connects on the extra point.
And the lead is now 21-14.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now Prescott.
Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
That is caught. And he will get out of bounds here as well. So good yardage, 25 yards, and they stop the clock.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw, Prescott.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Prescott.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Cousins is going to take this one down to a knee and end it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal.